Welcome to a Chinese Kitchen Flavors. Today, we're bringing you a delicious, crispy, and highly nutritious home-style seafood dish, pan-fried sand whiting. We'll break down the step-by-step techniques to ensure the fish stays intact without breaking apart. Sand whiting is prized for its tender, sweet flesh and is a favorite on many family dinner tables. However, many home cooks struggle with this dish. The fish sticks to the pan immediately, falls apart upon flipping, or burns due to poor heat control, leaving you with a pan full of broken meat that looks unappetizing. So, how do you pan fry sand whiting without it breaking? How do you achieve a golden, crispy skin and tender, intact meat without burning it? The secret lies in a crucial pan seasoning technique performed before frying. Master this detail, and even a kitchen novice can easily fry up golden, attractive sand whiting that rivals a restaurant chef's work. Beyond its exceptional taste, sand whiting is a nutritional powerhouse. It is rich in high-quality protein, about 25%, with an essential amino acid profile that is easily absorbed and utilized by the human body. Regular consumption supports growth and tissue repair in children and adolescents, while also strengthening the body and boosting immunity. Want to learn how to fry perfect sand whiting, crispy on the outside, tender on the inside, and completely intact? Be sure to watch the video to the end. We'll guide you through the chef's secrets step by step. Remember to like and share, subscribe to the Chinese Kitchen Flavors channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our weekly updates on traditional Chinese cuisine and home-style dishes, making it easy to find this recipe again next time you cook. Sand whiting, also known as sand-boring fish, are small and typically live in sandy seabeds. Consequently, sand can easily get trapped on their skin and inside their bodies, so paying attention to detail during cleaning is essential. First, place the purchased sand whiting in fresh water and gently rub them by hand to thoroughly wash away any loose sand from the surface. Pay special attention to the sides of the fish and the crevices near the tail to ensure no sand grains remain hidden. After washing the surface, it is time to remove the scales. Although the scales of the sand whiting are tiny, they are actually quite tough. Use a small knife or a dedicated fish scaler to carefully scrape off all the fine scales along the body. This ensures the texture remains pleasant when pan-fried. Finally, make a small incision just below the gills and remove all the internal organs, including the black lining and the digestive tract. Then rinse away any remaining residue with clean water. Be sure to clean the cavity thoroughly, otherwise, the fish may taste bitter or have an unpleasant fishy odor after cooking. Once the fish is cleaned, we move on to the crucial step of seasoning the pan. The flesh of the sand whiting is incredibly tender, making it prone to sticking and breaking apart in the pan. To fry them without breaking a single one, this step is absolutely essential. Although I've shared this tip in previous videos, I'll reiterate the secret here for the benefit of new viewers. First, turn the heat to high to evaporate any moisture in the pan, then add a suitable amount of cooking oil. Continue heating on high until the oil begins to emit a faint blue-gray smoke. Turn off the heat immediately. Let the oil sit and cool naturally in the pan for about a minute. This process allows the oil to fully coat the pan surface, creating a natural non-stick layer. After a minute, turn the heat back onto low until the oil begins to smoke slightly, then lay the prepared sand whiting flat in the pan. Once the fish is in the pan, do not rush to flip it with a spatula. Keep the heat at medium-low and let the fish fry undisturbed so the skin can set properly. You can gently shake or rotate the iron pan occasionally to ensure even heat distribution, making sure every fish and every spot gets exposed to the hot oil. Wait until the sizzling sound subsides and the edges at the bottom turn slightly firm and golden crisp before gently flipping the fish over to fry the other side. Using this method guarantees that every sand whiting comes out perfectly intact and golden, with no broken skin and absolutely no sticking. After flipping the fish, remember this key point. Never rush the process by turning up the heat to high. You must maintain medium-low heat throughout the entire frying process. And whatever you do, avoid flipping the fish too often with your spatula. Sand whiting has incredibly delicate flesh. If you turn it over too frequently, the skin may tear before it has properly set, causing the whole fish to easily break apart into a mess. Instead, be patient and let it fry undisturbed over low heat. While frying, gently slide the sliced ginger into the pan along the rim. As the hot oil sizzles against the ginger, it quickly releases a rich, aromatic fragrance. This not only perfectly neutralizes any natural fishy odor, but also imparts a complex, savory depth to the meat. Continue frying slowly over low heat until both sides are golden, crispy, and wonderfully fragrant. Then it's ready to be taken out of the pan. Look at this. Once both sides of the sand whiting are golden crisp and aromatic, drizzle a little soy sauce along the edge of the pan. As soon as the soy sauce hits the hot pan, it releases a rich, savory aroma. It not only enhances the fish's flavor, but also gives it an appetizing, glossy reddish-brown hue. Give the pan a gentle shake to ensure the soy sauce coats every fish evenly. Then turn off the heat and plate them up. And just like that, your pan-fried sand whiting is ready, golden and crispy on the outside, tender and intact on the inside, and delicious without any fishy taste. It's wonderfully crunchy with every bite, and even the small bones become crispy and tasty. Packed with high-quality protein, it's a dish for all ages. Even kids who usually dislike fish will happily eat several of these. Creating these videos takes a lot of effort. If you found this tutorial helpful, please like and share it and subscribe to the Chinese Kitchen Flavors channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss our weekly updates on traditional Chinese cuisine and home-style dishes.
See you next time.